Gotta lock in, boys. I haven't been streaming. Switch 2 announcement dropped. I'm gonna watch the Nintendo Direct right now because I haven't watched it yet. Even though I've been spoiled about Dustborn, that's for sure. That I know. I haven't seen Stop in the chat. Hello. Oh, there's YouTube chat. Okay, cool. I have that. Right, I can close that. Right. I still need to buy RAM though. But oh well. Right. Let's do it. Let's watch this. Because I've just seen a couple of things, but I still haven't seen all of it. I was gonna be a lazy piece of shit and not stream, but fuck it. We ball. We gotta grind for that Switch too. That's just dust. The Dust Bloods looks good. Yoshi. Oh, this is the. Does they start off in Mario Kart? They do. Damn. Alright, let's see how many players they got. And then they go back. Cover them painted. Dumb and dumbass. Do they have an overview of it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 2, 3, 4. It's like 20 people, I think. It's a lot more than there usually is. I'll probably say like the little. Dope. Yeah, that's sick. They have their little gliders actually like have wings and stuff. They don't have the little paragliders anymore. They're actually like straight on flying cars now. That's crazy. King Boo's back. You can shred on freaking cars. Holy hell. You can stun on hoes now. You can play as a cow. Peak. All right. They brought Hammer. Did they bring their hidden abilities back? Because if they did, that'd be dope. Because I haven't seen that since Mario Kart. Mario Kart Double Dash. If each individual player got like their get little costumes mid game. I wonder what kind of bonuses they give you, if they do give you any. Or if it's all just cosmetic. It seems like he ate a burger and then changed. So you get a little farmer. And then booty short Peach. Was that Peach dressed as whatchamacallem? Guy from what's his name? Stunt man. Evil Knievel. That one right there. This game looks kind of dope. I mean, every Mario Kart game is pretty dope. Not gonna lie. And I'm always the best. Shout out myself.
Hello everyone, I'm Koichi Kawamoto, and I'll be one of your guides for today's
Bonjour tout le monde. Alright, that's all I could read.
Switch 2. I'm Takuhiro Dota, the director for Nintendo Switch 2.
And I'm Tetsuya Sasaki, the hardware design lead for Nintendo Switch 2.
Base.
What you just saw was Mario Kart World, launching exclusively on Nintendo Switch 2. Now, what do you think this brand new Mario Kart game will be like?
That's gonna be epic.
A brand new entry in the Mario Kart series is launching exclusively.
Oh, you can play as Lackey too.
Welcome to this vast world. Kart races are held throughout various regions that span the globe.
Damn.
Depending on the time of day and weather conditions, the atmosphere will change.
Oh, it's still not charged. But you have a USB-C or no?
And in this Mario Kart game, you can go off the racetrack and drive virtually everywhere in this world.
Damn.
In the classic Grand Prix, race through 4 courses in a bid for first place.
I wonder how that's gonna play out.
Sleep at the wheel. You'll also drive to the next course as part of the competition. With 24 drivers in each race,
What?
the most in series history, the competition is gearing up.
Oh hell no.
Introducing Knockout Tour. Race non-stop from one corner of the world to another.
Alright. I finally found a thing that I'm gonna be a pro at. Ain't no one gonna beat me, dog. I am the GOAT. Watch me get like die first.
There are
That's
multiple
dope though.
checkpoints along the way. If you're below the placement shown when you hit a checkpoint, you'll be eliminated.
Ain't no way I'm gonna be eliminated, dog.
Can you make
I'm gonna
it
stay
to
in
the finish
first
line?
and second.
You can also freely drive around this vast world in free roam.
That's crazy though. The people that are gonna optimize this, like, oh my god, dude.
New areas and routes. So drive wherever your heart takes you.
That's dope.
You can also go for scenic drives with friends. And even take photos together at different locations.
That's pretty cool, but you know ain't nobody gonna do that. Did they bring back Dino Jungle from fuck, I went too far. That looks kind of like you guys probably won't know because of the double dash. Y'all too young for this, dog. Oh my god, dude. I miss Mario Kart Double Dash. Hopefully we get it. Because then another thing that I spoiled myself on is that we're gonna get back to the Nintendo the GameCube. And considering I can get everything in like a day, hopefully they have like online play or something. Because I can 100% this game on a single day, a single stream. Like 8 hours. I play this game nonstop. I'm pretty much a god at this game. And I'm not even saying that just to flex. I'm saying that because Jesus Christ, brother. If you're going that fast, you start your drift right here, and then you just cut in there, and then you stay on the line. See, he should have just started drifting like right there, cut into here. But nah, brother just slammed straight into a wall, and he doesn't even have a mushroom. Like, I'd get that if you're trying to like go through this shortcut, because it's not even the shortcut. It kind of sucks balls, but it does get you over there, and it does give you a $2. Oh yeah, because back then you could get $2. This is the first game to introduce $2 because both of your buddies can carry something. And then you start drifting right here, and then you cut in there more. And then the reason I said Dino Dino Jungle was because of that boy. But then I got lost in the nostalgia. I got lost in the sauce right there. I miss Mario Kart Double Dash so much. I'm not even gonna front. This looks dope though.
The game launches on the same day as Nintendo Switch.
Yeah, they're making the hamburger a big staple, so I'm guessing that you get some sort of bonus. Probably if you're wearing their casual outfit or their mud outfit, you get a bonus when out of bounds or inland. When you get their tropical outfits, you probably get a bonus when in water. If you're wearing the race car outfit, you get a bonus while in the court. And then I saw that I don't think they're showing anyone with the aviator one, but you might get a bonus for that too. So it'd be cool to see. It looks like there's regular people, and then he has his race car thing. She has her race car thing. She has the tropical thing. She has the modern. And then look, yeah, I think that's what's gonna be. That these burgers are gonna give you an outfit to help you navigate whatever you're doing. Because if you're in rough terrain or out of bounds, or however they put it, like off course, you can go with her to get like probably like a less of a penalty. That's what I'm guessing. If you're in course, you get like a bonus speed. If you're in the air, you probably can go a little bit longer and a little bit faster, because the main complaint with going in the air is that you did slow down. You get probably a speed boost off of that. Or, yeah, your cart turns into a boat and then you get faster because of that, because that dude doesn't have it. There's so many playable enemies too. That's dope. You can play as a Goomba, the goat. Like, is the boy driving with his feet? Peace. Damn. Nah, but I'm gonna go penguin, dude. Shout out shout out this guy. You pick up the little fucker and just toss him out. Yeah. Base. He grew up Speed Racer. Damn, my bad. I got distracted by Peach. Damn, I need to stop gooning. We need to lock in.
Mario Kart World
Actually,
launches on the same day as Nintendo Switch 2.
open the tab that way I can get more references and stuff.
More details in the future, so we hope you're looking forward to it.
Next, we'd like to introduce some of the new features of Nintendo Switch 2.
I know Mario Kart World looks
Joy-Con 2
dope.
controllers for Switch 2. And on the right Joy-Con 2, we've added a new C button.
Based.
Let's take a look at some new experiences it offers.
All I'm saying is that I also spoiled myself that you can talk to people, and I swear to God, I'm gonna be talking the most shit in every game. I don't care if you're 5, I don't care if you're 6. I'm calling your mama a hoe if you hit me with the blue mushroom. I mean blue shell. Fuck you. And do that just like it hit space. Collab streams are gonna get intense. I'm gonna be on mute the whole time because fuck you, that's why. Fuck you and your mom if you hit me with the blue shell. That's dope though.
With this feature, you'll be able to communicate with friends and family while playing a game. Should we follow you? Yeah? Okay.
I'm a fuck around and be talking mad smack to my damn little nephews. I feel like a straight asshole.
It can pick up your speaking voice clearly, even from a distance.
Look at this. Jump on here. All right, let's keep going. Let's make a left right here. Let's make a.
When it's noisy around you, your voice will still come through clearly, letting you chat with ease.
How did you get hit by a bow?
Oh shit! How could Nintendo do that before my damn controller?
Use this feature in
fuck?
handheld mode too, letting you easily chat with friends and family. If you open the chat menu and turn on game screen sharing,
Good job. There we go.
you can also share your game screen.
Did you see someone just like go on top of that dinosaur?
Really?
They can do that?
Can do it? You guys, I just did it.
I want to do it too.
Oh shoot! Oh! Ooh!
Oh, he's trying to eat me.
Okay, I got it.
Oh no!
I think grinding is gonna be the coolest part of that game.
You can chat to your heart's content, even while playing different games.
Yeah, I know that one. It's so hard, right? It's tough.
Oh wow! I'm like in the sky right here. I fell. I'm falling. Oh yeah, we got it. We're safe.
Kirby, look, you're on a star. That's so cute. So cute.
This is for the ADHD gamers.
You can adjust the size of your game screen.
Is it gonna be a new Pikmin movie? I mean, new Pikmin game?
I'm lost. Like, where'd you go?
Or expand another friend's game screen.
You gotta get above that wall that's to your left.
I mean, for game share, it's
It's just like the wall. Like,
kind of rough. I'm not even gonna lie. But considering that this isn't like a full
Everyone can watch them play.
console game, it's pretty decent.
I think I know where you are. Wait. Okay, I think we have to try.
Ooh, okay.
Oh, nice.
You already know, ain't nobody gonna use the game cons to be all happy and all friendly. Nah, fuck you. We're gonna be talking mad shit.
On the right Joy-Con 2 controller, there's an additional button. With the C button, you can pull up a chat menu.
Oh dang. Oh, really cool. Wait, actually, guys, I got a call coming right now, so I'll be right back. Yeah. Okay. For sure.
Here, you can quickly and easily mute yourself and more. And there's this.
Nintendo Switch 2 camera.
To the system. Hey,
Hey, what's up? Hello. Yo.
That camera is rough.
you can appear on
Shiza.
video chat while playing a game.
Your face is on here.
Wait, Nick, how was your test yesterday?
It was good.
I mean, this is gonna enable a bunch of people to stream from their Switches, which is kind of cool, but
Here's how it looks with just the camera feed.
There you go. I bet you like that.
Wait for me.
Please look forward to games which use your camera feed like this.
Oh,
okay.
No, wait. Go left, left.
Let's
Left.
go a little more this way.
but I can determine who's gonna win.
Okay.
Go a little more this way.
Give me a second. I'm processing it. They won. Their this side has more, but compared to theirs, this side has way more. This one's a lot more even. This would be like I'd like to say like 52-48, and this is gonna be like 54-37. Let's see. Show us the results.
Using game chat.
Fuck.
Even when you're apart, you can play games and hang out as if you were together in the same room. Play together or compete in online multiplayer games. Chat while playing your personal favorites. Decide your own rules for a retro game competition. Or hold a sports competition between families. All together, anytime.
That's pretty cool, though.
anywhere.
I like how they're being somewhat innovative with their design.
What did you think? In
You
developing
know what?
Game Chat, our goal was for you to enjoy playing online
UI.
games more closely, including family and friends. Almost as if you're all playing together in the same place.
I still think that it's crazy that you can race after
The camera you saw in the trailer is the Nintendo Switch 2 camera.
which will be available on the same day as Switch 2.
Can you buy a different camera though?
A Nintendo Switch Online membership will be required to use Game Chat.
Understandable.
Since we'd like as many people as possible to experience Game Chat, it will be available without a membership for a limited time. We hope you'll try it out.
That's dope.
Additionally, Game Chat supports the Nintendo Switch Parental Controls app, and different settings can be adjusted. For example, whether parental permission is always required when a child wants to use Game Chat to play with their friends.
We'd like to introduce another new experience you can share with family and friends. On Nintendo Switch, even if you just have one game, you can pass a Joy-Con controller to a friend and play together. But on Nintendo Switch 2, you can play together locally on multiple systems using just one game, with GameShare. As shown here, even games that require multiple screens can be played if one person owns a compatible game. With GameShare, you can temporarily share compatible games with others who also have Nintendo Switch 2 or a Nintendo Switch system. You can share a game with up to 3 other systems at a time.
That's kind of hot.
GameShare also supports online play with other Switch 2 systems, and you can use it with friends via Game Chat, which we showed earlier. GameShare can only be used with compatible games. This feature is planned for several titles, starting with a free update for Clubhouse Games 51 Worldwide Classics on Nintendo Switch. GameShare support
Cap'n
is
Toad.
also planned for select games exclusive to Nintendo Switch 2, so we hope you'll look forward to it.
Up next, we'd like to show you the Nintendo Switch 2 system itself. Please take a look.
At 7.9
Bigger stream scene
Switch 2 has
thickness.
a bigger
Same.
built-in screen. Here's how that compares to Nintendo Switch. The system's thickness remains the same. With approximately double the pixels compared to Switch, you can enjoy games in greater detail on the 1080p screen. The screen supports up to
Scheiße.
120 frames per second, allowing for smoother gameplay in supported titles. The LCD screen is more vivid and supports HDR, providing more contrast between light and dark areas of the images.
That's dope.
The all-new
This one I don't really like.
connect magnetically. Strong magnets keep the controllers firmly attached to the system. Detach your controller easily by pressing the release button on the back.
Oh, okay.
The SL and SR buttons are bigger for greater comfort and control. when
Bass.
with the Joy-Con 2 held horizontally.
Hell yeah. I like that. Cause the damn if he is the stupid controllers in some games, so ass. They're so small. Unless he is the little
Right sticks
thingamabobber.
are now larger.
The little bobber that mouse controls using.
Each Joy-Con 2 controller can be used as a mouse to play with compatible games. Both the left and right Joy-Con 2 support mouse controls. By adjusting the audio balance between the ranges, sounds from the built-in speakers are clearer and more natural in handheld and tabletop modes.
Damn. Built-in mic.
It has a built-in microphone, so you can voice chat with friends anytime via Game Chat.
Be
It also
talking
uses
mad.
voice canceling technology to filter sounds, so your voice will come through clearly.
That's kind of cool. Dude, he gives a spin.
Even if you don't have a surround sound system, games can be enjoyed with more immersive, three-dimensional sound, as if it were coming from all around you.
That's dope.
Place
I mean, I
Nintendo
think most
Switch
games
2
do that
wherever
already,
you
but
like
still.
with a large, sturdy stand. You can move it freely, like this.
That's my one complaint, because I bought a stand for my 3DS back when I was like, I don't know. Well, I didn't buy it, my dad did. But I bought a stand And well, it came with Kid Icarus Uprising when I bought that, and that stand was flimsy as shit. And that's the only thing that I can't remember because it broke like after. I don't know, but it looks like it has a support right there. I don't know. I feel like it's still kind of flimsy, especially if it's not made out of the right material and stuff.
You can move it freely, like this.
But I feel like it's just gonna be plastic. It's not even gonna be hard plastic, and right here is gonna be like if you put too much pressure. Well, if you put too much pressure on it, anyways, it'll still break. But I feel like there's gonna be like a bunch of people that just crack theirs like right there, like they accidentally slam it down and then it just cracks right there and breaks. That's gonna be the main complaint that I see probably happening.
In addition to the USB-C port found on the bottom of the system, there's one on top as well.
For the camera.
It's handy for connecting a USB-C camera or charging in tabletop mode.
Oh.
Nintendo Switch 2 comes with 256 gigabytes of internal storage, 8 times that of Nintendo Switch, for storing your game downloads,
Shiza.
save data, and more.
But I'm guessing that it's gonna like take up most of it. No dock.
Use the Nintendo Switch 2 dock to connect to your TV and enable up to 4K resolution for compatible games.
Oh.
HDR is also supported in TV mode.
Yo, if I can connect it to my fan ventilation, probably cool.
The Nintendo Switch 2 dock has a built-in fan that keeps your system cool. This helps keep performance stable.
That's dope. Okay.
On Nintendo Switch 2, you can play Nintendo Switch 2 games, as well as compatible Nintendo Switch games. Physical and digital games are supported.
Give me a second. Give me a second. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna play a game in the background and let me see if I, because I need to log into my PS5. I haven't done that in a minute. I haven't played any games, to be completely honest. I've just been sleeping a lot. I've just been a lazy, bed rotten person. You guys get about this is my childhood, but you're about to see how awful I am, dude. Give me a second. Give me 1 second. Damn. I need a system update. Alright, PS5 and then just is that that? Yeah, it is. Cool. Wait. There we go.
As you just saw, Nintendo Switch 2.
I'm terrible at this game, but fuck it. We ball.
We redesigned the system from the ground up and packed in
I'll make it a little smaller.
features. And to help players better understand the Switch 2 hardware, we're currently developing this game.
Actually, it's just the enemy health. All you have to see is mine. All you have to see is how quickly mine goes down.
My current location
This is a demo.
inside the game itself. This is Nintendo Switch 2 Welcome Tour, exclusive to Nintendo Switch 2.
Yo, it's kind of hot.
I'm standing over here.
You know what? Just so I can feel the actual.
There are a lot of question mark icons here. Let's examine them. This sign reads, "Where are the magnets?" The Joy-Con 2 controllers attach to the system with magnets. And those magnets are inside the system.
I think I picked tournament. It did.
SL and SR buttons on the Joy-Con 2 are made of metal. So that's how they attach to the system.
It's kind of
A
hot.
circuit is formed between them, so they won't easily detach. Through examining signs like these, you can discover all sorts of secrets about Nintendo Switch 2. Another example, the Joy-Con 2 controllers have mouse controls. And when combined with the gyroscopes, you can even do something like
Oh shit.
this. You can adjust the position of the golf club and aim for the cup by rotating the Joy-Con 2. By combining the mouse controls and gyroscopes, things like this are possible. There are secrets to discover, even as you're playing mini games.
Ah, fuck, you got me. I didn't.
Some of the secrets range from the unique features of the system to tiny details you might not notice until they're pointed out.
Yo, unironically, I think playing with some lag is actually helping me.
Switch 2 Welcome Tour will launch as a paid digital game on the same day as Nintendo Switch 2. So please check it out.
Oh shit, never mind. Because I can't see the.
I'd like to share some more information regarding Nintendo Switch 2. This is the game card for Nintendo Switch 2 titles. It's the same shape as Nintendo Switch game card.
It was one.
And it's
It was one. I saw one more round, I think.
is additional storage.
Yo, unironically, I'm doing better now than when I was playing by myself. Yeah, I played this game off stream. This is probably like the only game because I ah, damn it, you got me.
The regular micro SD cards used for Nintendo Switch will not be compatible. Additionally, to
Got him.
transfer data from Switch to Switch 2, you can log into your Nintendo account to use the System Transfer feature. With this feature, you can transfer save data, digital games,
Ah, damn it.
and more. We're also releasing a new Pro
I did finally do Dragon Breath. Hell yeah.
It has a C button, which launches Game Chat, and on the back there are new GL and GR buttons, which you can use to assign existing button controls. In addition, an audio jack has been added. We've introduced a few new features, and after today's presentation, the official Nintendo Switch 2 website will go live. There will also be an Ask the Developer article on the website, where the three of us will talk
Oh,
about
I got the round. Hell yeah.
Nintendo Switch 2.
Woo!
We hope you'll check that out as well.
He had less health than I did. All right, we're 1-1. I'm unironically doing better, chat. Wait, my bad. I can't emphasize how much this means to me because legit, I was playing this off stream, and I think because of the lag of OBS, I'm actually able to react faster than when with the lack of lag on just playing it by regular PS5 things, because I think it's too smooth, so it throws off the focus of it. Not the focus, but I'm talking mad shit and I'm getting my asshole clapped. That wasn't even there, dude. I was on the other side. Fuck you, mean? As soon as I started talking shit, yeah, I died. Oh no, I dodged it. What the heck? I'm actually kind of goated. Never mind. What's up, guys? I lost. Alright, cool.
Nintendo Switch 2 launches on June 5th. We're very
Never mind.
much looking
Never mind,
forward to
chat.
the day when you
I suck. I still suck ass.
please wait just a bit.
Chrome don't beat my ass.
Now, broadly speaking, on Nintendo Switch 2, you can play three types of games. The first type is Nintendo Switch 2 games. These games take advantage of the performance and features of Switch 2. The second type is
Is it failure says my favorite strategy though? It's oh shit. Oh,
Nintendo Switch
my
2
bad.
edition games are the third type. Some games that were released on Switch will receive upgraded versions that offer things like improved visuals, unique ways to play on Switch 2.
Pokemon ball.
Now, I'd like to show you the Nintendo Switch 2 edition of Super Mario Party Jamboree. Please take a look.
Super Mario Party Jamboree is getting an upgrade on Nintendo Switch 2. The upgrade expands on the base game and adds new features, including mouse controls, audio recognition, more
Oh shoot.
rumble,
I can't see when I can see when he starts the attack, but I can't. Ah, fuck! I'm stunned. It's over.
can be accessed on Switch 2. Let's check out 3 new and updated modes.
We traded, but he got the last hit.
Is
Rip.
Party mode. With a single camera, up to 4 players can join the festivities.
I died.
full body
Never,
movement and sound.
never give up. Never what?
Take a ride on the mouse-controlled carnival coaster.
Ah,
Safety bar lowered
never mind. It's like ass.
Use mouse control
Here we
to
go.
shoot down enemies while you feel the bumps and rumbles of the coaster.
This is gonna be a stream getting my asshole whipped. So if you don't like that, then oh well.
There's a
Because the main focus is
each control an arm, and one where you shake a can of spray paint and quickly tag objects.
face.
Enjoy the thrill.
Oh shoot, we started. No, I was watching the.
Reach the stage.
No, bad.
Games that use a camera, the built-in microphone, mouse controls, and rumble. The biggest party yet is getting even bigger. Super Mario Party Jamboree, Nintendo Switch 2 Edition, plus Jamboree 2
Ah,
launches on Nintendo Switch 2, July 24th. Nintendo Switch 2
I'm
players
stunned.
who already own Super Mario Party Jamboree can upgrade to Nintendo Switch 2 Edition plus Jamboree TV by purchasing an upgrade pack.
that was blocking, but okay.
The experience.
Whatever.
Seeing each other's reactions.
Whatever.
Let's continue presenting some more Nintendo Switch 2 Edition games. Nintendo Switch 2 editions of The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild and The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom feature enhanced resolution and frame rates, and also support HDR, which makes the image more vibrant, so you can play with smoother, higher definition graphics. Plus, you can get even more out of your adventures in Hyrule using Zelda Notes. This new feature can be accessed via the Nintendo Switch app on smart devices. It's a game-specific service that's exclusive to the Switch 2 editions of these titles. For example, it can help guide you to various locations, like shrines and Koroks you haven't found yet.
Guidance activated. Proceed north.
Oh, I needed to smack him in the dick right there.
Or you can share your creations using QR codes and send them to another.
You know, let me try someone else.
their game.
I do like Mikey, but Leo. I don't know any of his combos.
We hope these features will make your adventures even more enjoyable. In Kirby and the Forgotten Land, you'll be able to enjoy an additional story exclusive to the Nintendo Switch 2 edition, along with improved graphics and frame rates. This story takes place in the Forgotten Land after being struck by a powerful meteor that's causing some mysterious changes. We hope you're looking forward to Kirby's new adventure. Metroid Prime 4 Beyond will have both a Nintendo Switch and a Nintendo Switch 2 edition.
I'm super excited for Metroid Prime 4, dude. I'm not even gonna fucking front. I haven't played 3,
Standard controls
but I have 2 and 1.
controls for intuitive gameplay on Switch 2.
Ah, fuck.
Plus,
I ran straight into that.
immersive world in 4K at 60 frames per second, or enjoy smoother action in full HD at 120 frames per second. Choose from these two modes, both of which support HD.
God, it looks so beautiful.
Preference and playstyle.
Round 2.
Plus, Pokemon Legends ZA, which is scheduled to launch later this year.
Wait, hold on.
will not only receive a Nintendo Switch version, but a Nintendo Switch 2 edition as well.
Did this mother effer just jump off a building?
Image of the
Mother effer said suicide.
Pokemon Legends ZA, which is scheduled to launch later this year, will not only receive a Nintendo Switch version, but a
Yeah, bro,
Nintendo
really
Switch
just
2
said,
edition.
said nah, I'm done. It's over.
By taking advantage of the power of Switch 2, you can enjoy your adventure in Lumiose
Mega
City with
Ampharos.
resolution and frame rates. The Nintendo Switch 2 edition games you just saw will be available as both physical and digital versions.
God.
And if you already own the Nintendo Switch version of a game, you can play the Nintendo Switch 2 edition by purchasing an upgrade pack. We hope you're looking forward to
How much will the upgrade pack cost? That's the real question right there.
Next, I'd like to introduce a brand new game featuring mouse controls with the Joy-Con 2 controllers. Please take a look.
Ah, he won. What the heck is this? I was locking in this game and what the hell's the point? Fifth of a goal. How'd you grab me midair, dude?
In Drag and Drag, you'll use both Joy-Con 2 controllers as mice to intuitively pull off various moves. We hope you're looking forward
Yo, that was dope. What the fuck did I do?
to matches using dual mouse controls.
Oh, fuck. I'm stunned.
Here are
Come
some
on.
games from our publishing and development partners coming to Nintendo Switch 2.
I keep jumping into his fucking attacks like a... I got wrecked. Oh, damn. Elden Ring's coming to the Switch? Too? That's dope. I have it, and I still haven't even beaten it.
Hey, I'm Greg Kasapa from Supergiant Games. Here to say that Hades 2 is coming to Nintendo Switch 2. Our first ever sequel introduces the Princess of the Dead, an immortal witch out to vanquish the sinister titan of time. You'll battle beyond the underworld to the ends of the earth, getting to know dozens of characters from Greek myth in a story that reacts to your every setback and victory. It's the kind of game you can quickly pick up and play whether you're experienced with the original or not. Look for more about Hades 2 later this year.
Oh, almost got him. He's wrecking me. I have one. Barely. Alright. You know, lock in. Yo, Nintendo's getting a bunch of cool games. Alright. I need to pick a less intensive game that doesn't get my focus. That's dope. Like a Street Fighter.
Initiating Arsenal boot sequence. Weapon safety mechanism confirmed. All operating at normal levels. Testing data link with spine.
What game is this?
Commencing launch. After 2 long wars where our freedom was restricted, we will finally be liberated from humans.
I'm in need of a new arsenal, new equipment, and money. I'm for sale, and you're buying. Rebels! Thanks for the warm welcome!
What game is this?
Planet will be ours. The sovereign axiom. The Trinitas has almost
It looks kind of dope.
weapon that was created to destroy all humanity.
No!
It's probably gonna be like Armor Core. Like, they're gonna return it, dude. I'm like, yeah, I am. What's up?
All children bring hope to our lives, don't they?
Hey,
That's dope.
Joseph Fares from Hazelight. I'm super excited for Split Fiction to come to The game is a story about friendship. You play as Mio, who writes sci-fi, and Zoe, who writes fantasy. Together, they get trapped in their own stories, and it's up to you and a friend to help them break free. Let me tell you this, if you like It Takes Two, you're gonna love this one, trust me. And of course, you'll be able to play Split Fiction on the day Switch 2 launches.
At EA Sports, we're bringing fans together across the world, both on the
Oh.
gridiron. We're excited to announce that EA Sports FC will be coming to Nintendo Switch 2. Madden NFL also
Oh!
It's in the game.
Damn.
Avalanche Software. We are bringing Hogwarts Legacy to
Oh no! Time to get people to kill myself. What? Time to get what's death threats for wanting to play a game because I guess
Nintendo Switch 2.
transphobia? Question mark. Even though I'm pretty sure they have a trans character.
You'll be immersed in a wizarding world like never before.
And J.K. Rowling didn't have anything to do with it except give him the IP.
On Switch 2 give you even more ways to experience the adventure.
And now, yeah, all Harry Potter is transphobia, dude.
Discover the enhanced magic
That's how you're gonna get people on your side.
on Switch 2.
Not to sound transphobic or anything, but it's the worst way to ever get people that already don't like what you do to get on your side. Me personally, I don't care. As long as you're not one of them Zimzers, Dirks, or whatever the fuck those nouns are. What the fuck do they call them? Like post nouns or neo nouns or some shit like that? As long as you're not one of them, we're cool with me. Get turned on, idiot. I did. Damn.
Hello, this is Christian Eladan from IO Interactive. We are bringing our flagship
Damn. Damn, Nintendo's getting a bunch of fucking games. Holy shit. I mean, they're old games, but they're still getting a bunch of them.
assassin in the trade, Agent 47 does everything he can to accomplish his mission. And how each mission progresses will vary depending on the player's imagination. Our ever-expanding game will release on the same day as Switch 2. Plus, we are excited to bring another familiar agent to the platform.
007? GoldenEye? Is it 007? Fuck. It is 007, hell yeah. I know my gun clinks.
James Bond. The world's favorite spy is coming to Nintendo Switch 2, so stay tuned.
The story of light and shadow that never fails. Reborn.
I barely survived that. Holy fuck.
Remastered in high definition.
I always wanted to play that game because it seems cool. I saw like a cutscene or some sort of animated shit and it looked dope. I thought it was like an anime that was upcoming, but it was a damn game. And I realized that the only console that I ever released for it was the 3DS, and I'm like, oh no. I saw it, but I didn't think it was gonna be good. So oh, this is the second one though. Fuck. Fuck. I got him. Gotcha. Woo! Come back, baby. Come back. We're doing this.
We'll have more games to show from
This is my first win, dude. Holy shit. You see that shit? You see that shit? I can win. Barely. But I can win. Oh no. Oh no, it's gonna be Asuka, never mind. It might be.
Joined hands with the Hylians who dwelled on the surface.
Is it gonna be another Zelda game?
Great and prosperous kingdom.
Wait, hold on. Give me a second. Let me lock in.
But in time, a terrible evil arose.
Or is it gonna be Hyrule Warriors again?
Fought to vanquish this evil. One
Are there spoilers for Tears of the Kingdom? Or this Tears of the Kingdom?
the imprisoning war.
Perhaps you truly have traveled back in time.
So that's Hyrule Castle? Then that must mean this really is the past.
Yeah, this is gonna be Hyrule Warriors. Fuck, I bought the first the Hyrule Warriors that came out, but I didn't finish it, and I think I lost the cartridge like a dumbass. So I'll never be able to finish it. Fuck, dude. Age of Imprisonment. One of these days, I'm gonna find all the games that I have, dude. Coming this winter. Oh, damn.
That was Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment. It's being developed by Koei Tecmo Games with
All right.
support from Nintendo.
Let me lock in.
We hope you're looking forward to
I always had a crush on this chick. She had a badass in. And she did that. I'm like, damn, I wish I could be the turtle. The fuck? I'll tank those. Don't threaten me with a good time. Shit.
Continue to enjoy Nintendo Switch Online on Switch 2. And with Nintendo Switch Online Plus expansion pack,
The fuck? She has parry powers?
a new membership benefit exclusively on Switch 2. Please take a look at this.
Oh!
Nintendo Switch Online Plus expansion pack will be getting a new classic game library exclusive to Nintendo Switch 2. Nintendo
I'm a nut, dude. If they announce something for Double Dash, I'm buying this bitch. I don't care what I have to do. I'll suck dick in the corner, my guy. Oh my god, Wind Waker. Oh.
controlling the wind using a mysterious
Fucking love Wind Waker. I saw my copy, Nintendo GameCube. Full mint. Fuck. You bitch. I was fucking goating up the goat, dude. Fuck. Fine ass bitch. Oh damn. Oh damn, I'm getting my ass fucking destroyed. This bitch a Fuda. No! Never mind. I can win. We win these. Never mind. She dropped that coochie on me. She dropped that dick on me. She's dropping a dick. Fuck. I died to coochie. That's how I want to go, though. That's how I want to go. Yes, sir. Oh my god, dude. Soul Calibur with Link? Hell yeah. I always saw this game and I wanted to get fucked. No, I got stunned. Fuck it. I'm getting owned. I'm dead.
In games that support multiplayer. Up to 4 can play together.
Yo, there was this one game that I never see anyone talk about. It was like Custom Robo or something. That game was so much fun. For some reason, my dumbass sold it, and I missed that game. But I think I got Pokemon Coliseum. No, yeah, Pokemon Coliseum. Yeah, I did. No, not Pokemon Coliseum. It was Pokemon, the one with the, yeah, is it Pokemon Coliseum? The one where you, get Shadow Pokemons. Like the OG introduction of Shadow Pokemon. She got me with the coochie. Fuck. She's fucking me in the ass. No lube. Fuck. Take that. She dropped that coochie on me. She dropped that wop on me. Fuck.
Together locally or online. Enjoy these classic games with clearer image quality and
God, dude. Oh my god.
you can also check the controls for each title and customize them to your liking. More titles will be added in the future.
There you go. Pokemon XD. Fuck. I was talking, bitch. Damn. Mario Strikers? Hell yeah. Luigi's Mansion? Hell yeah. Fire Emblem? I don't know about that one. Quit dropping your coochie on me, girl. Damn. Eat that toe, bitch. Drop a dick on a bitch. Oh, shit. I said, drop a dick on a bitch. Damn, but you see that ass though. Drop a dick on a bitch. Yeah, let's go. All right, what other ones we got? No, yeah, I got Gale of Darkness. I didn't get Coliseum.
The Switch 2 exclusive game library coming to Nintendo Switch Online Plus expansion pack launches the same day as the hardware's release.
Hey, hold on. Give me a second. I want to go back. I just dropped the dick on a bitch. Fuck. She keeps dropping that coochie on me. I'm dead. I died of coochie suffocation. That's how I want to go though. Super Mario Sunshine based. Fire Emblem Gale of Darkness based. Mario Strikers based. I don't know anything about Chibi Robo. Might be good. Pokemon Coliseum based.
Nintendo Classics, the Switch 2 exclusive game library coming to Nintendo Switch Online Plus expansion pack launches the same day as the hardware's release. And a dedicated controller designed after the original GameCube controller will also be released. It can connect wirelessly and also has a C button to quickly access Game Chat. The Nintendo GameCube controller, exclusively available for Nintendo Switch Online members, will also be available the same day as Nintendo Switch 2.
Whether you're familiar with the games,
Damn, she dropped that ass on me. You see that chat? Damn, she wants me. Fuck. She dropped that ass from an or what the fuck did irregarious angle. Fucked around with my circadian rhythm. Fuck! Yeah! Ah! Let's go. I did that. Shit, that was easy. Easy as fuck. Man, let's run it back. I ain't afraid. Back off me, Jezebel. I am a virgin and I am proud of it. My mother told me to stay away from women like you that drop it all fat and loose. Damn. Damn. Not fat and loose, fast and loose. Borderlands has been ass for a while now. That's not that exciting. No! I'm not that excited.
We're releasing a Nintendo Switch 2 edition of Sid Meier's Civilization 7.
That's cool though. They're getting a bunch of more
Establish an empire and guide your people throughout the ages of history. With the new mouse controls, players can enjoy a more intuitive gameplay experience. Civ 7 launches on the same day as Switch 2.
fuck.
If you already own the Nintendo Switch version, you can experience mouse controls in Switch 2 by purchasing the upgrade. And we have
She's dropping that ass on me. Fuck, I'm dead. Damn, I died. Rip. I think that was it. I think I lost completely. Yeah, rip. Oh, let's try Raph. Not gonna lie, this is pretty fun. I should probably main someone, but I like all the turtles. That and out of all of them, I think Raph seems like the woman beater type. No offense. What I mean to say is that Raphael probably gives no fucks about your gender. If you want these hands, they're rated E for everyone. Fuck, I mean. Fuck, she dropped that vagina on me from an Arigarius angle. Fuck, I lost. Oh, she beat me at the damn. Fuck, she comboed the fuck out of me.
We are delighted to bring the immersive world of the dark future to Nintendo players for the first time. Cyberpunk 2077 is an open-world action-adventure RPG set in Night City. Thanks to Nintendo Switch 2, you can transport yourself to the city of dreams at home or on the go. Get ready to meet unforgettable characters and discover engaging stories when Cyberpunk 2077 Ultimate Edition comes to Nintendo Switch 2 on launch day.
I don't even know how I did that. Damn. Get fucked. That's all I gotta say.
本作はミッドが脱出までを描いた3部作シリーズの1作目となり、20年以上の時を経て再創作された新しい FF7 を体験いただきます。スイッチ2で展開する FF7 リメイクシリーズにぜひご期待ください。
Fuck. Mile Hearts, them. I thought that was Genshin for a second. What the fuck? Marvel Comic Invasion? Nope. Damn. Professor Layton? Nice. Tamagotchi Plaza? Dope. I don't even know what Human Saw Flight is about.
We've shown a lot of games so far. The next game will be the last from our publishing and development partners. Please take a look.
That was me. Hate me, it's me again. Oh yeah. I spoiled myself on this one. That's freaking dope that they got a Souls game exclusive to the Switch. Oh!
My life. Turn a wheel and transport him to a night of moonlight, to humanity's very dusk.
This game looks beautiful. And it looks this good in the Switch too. Delicious. Let's go, Donnie. Fuck, I died. I think learn his combos. That's dope though, you get a fucking jetpack, hell yeah. Nice. God, this game looks so fucking beautiful. Like, holy shit. Sony people are seething right now. You already know if they wanted the damn sequel to Bloodborne. Oh. God.
What you just saw was a brand new game by From Software. We'll be publishing a creator's voice article where the game's director, Hidetaka Miyazaki, will share more details about the game, so please check it out when it's available. That's all from our publishing and development partners. We'd like to thank the developers who appeared today, as well as our publishing and development partners who prepared footage for this presentation. In addition to what you saw today, our partners are working on many games coming to Nintendo Switch 2. We'll showcase more games in the future, so we hope you're looking forward to it. Next, please take a look at this.
Is it a sequel to not Wildlands, but Smash Bros? Is there a new Smash Bros coming? Or is it just a standalone Kirby game? Right, let me pause this real quick. Let me lock in. Let's see this. Let's watch this. Is Air Ride getting a sequel? Yo, if Kirby Air Ride gets a sequel, dude. No, it's just a Kirby standalone game, right? Maybe? Maybe? Nice. Or is it getting remastered? No, it's getting a sequel. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, brother. The GOAT. Alright.
Kirby Air Ride.
Brand new game. Such a good game. So fucking fun.
Kirby Air Riders, directed by Masahiro Sakurai.
The GOAT.
Next is our last trailer for today. Please take a look.
Alright. I'm seeing stuff. Got him. The Donkey Kong Country? Damn. Is it no Donkey Kong Country? This looks dope. It's kind of like Mario Odyssey except Donkey Kong Country. And it's the old Donkey Kong. It's not the one that we know, it's the OG one, the one that was throwing barrels at Mario. Base. Oh shoot. Nice.
That was a brand new 3D platforming action game starring Donkey Kong, called Donkey Kong.
No shot that's actually Donkey Kong, dude. That should be a new Donkey Kong, because no way. That ain't my goat. My goat don't wear clothes. He just wears a tie.
More details will be shared in the future. We hope you're looking forward to it.
My goat goes penis out.
Thank you for watching so far.
Because he's celebrating the death of his homeboy Harambe.
To recap, Nintendo Switch 2 launches on
This shark dude's annoying.
Finally, here are the hardware options that will be available at launch.
Fuck.
We'll release Nintendo Switch 2, as well as a bundle that includes a digital version of Mario Kart World.
See, because you can't even dodge that fucking shark attack. Or that dolphin attack. I don't know what the fuck he's supposed to be, actually. Because he...
But that's all we have to share for today. We'll have to wait just a bit longer for launch. We are very much looking forward to everyone being able to experience Nintendo Switch 2.
We appreciate you joining us today. Thank you very much.
Damn, I got wrecked. Bam, 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 bam. Ah, Nintendo. The GameCube. I can't wait till it comes out. I'm just gonna go eat. Oh, that's it? Damn, rip. Still one of the best announcements ever. I love the GameCube. Oh. Let me. Oh, dude, I just have to. He does so much fucking damage. I think his hitbox is a little weird. Let's see. What else can you put in the back? See, because this fucking thing does like a ton of damage. There's a stupid jump. Even his bite attack does a ton. Alright, let's see what else is on here. What's this? I'll be right back. I'm gonna go
Round one. Fight!
Big bro wanted to play the Switch. I'll play a game that requires less braining. Just because I feel bad not giving commentary. Is CC on? Oh, I thought it was just on by default. Oh, I thought my eyes went cross-eyed for a minute. I was about to be scared. I had to run.
Reddit, the front page of the internet, one of the largest websites in existence today. While discussion about nearly everything you can think of is just a mere few clicks away, there exists a dark side, a realm full of some of the strangest, most perplexing, and haunting posts out there. Threads that make it seem like something is wrong. This is the dark side of Reddit.
I face a serious wrong human rights for Thailand. Damn.
Picture this. It's the dead of night, and throughout the air, it's silent. The peculiar, intimate comfort of late-night TV echoes throughout your home, and in a funny way, it's serene. You get up to grab a drink,
And then we take no damage or base.
to the kitchen.
Damn. What the fuck was that?
A blood-curdling, primal scream pierces the silence. Someone needs help. The police didn't investigate, and it's been bothering me. At around 8:30,
What didn't they investigate?
I arrived home
Oh.
from a quick trip to
Oh, he's reading it. Alright. That's Nirvana.
town to grab a beer. As I got out of my car, I could hear something. I thought for a moment that I had left the TV on and was hearing it from outside. But as I walked to the front of my car and pressed the lock button on my remote, I realized that what I was hearing was screaming. I listened for a second, thinking it was someone screwing around. But then the woman's voice screamed, "No, stop. You're hurting me. You're killing me." And an adult male voice yelling something I couldn't make out. There was a dog barking from the same direction.
That'd be fucking terrifying.
Thudding noise. I immediately dialed 911 and told the police. They could even hear the screaming in the background. They said they'd send an officer to drive by, but an hour passed and none came. I watched for them on my security cameras. I pulled the footage from the only one that was sent to record constantly. The camera on my back door only records when it detects a humanoid shape. So it caught me making the phone call and a little of the screaming in the background.
You see this?
The camera caught it all, but it's unintelligible due to the outdoor AC unit noise. I cleaned up the audio as best I could, but I need advice on how to proceed. I'm attaching a Dropbox link to the video. I also included the
Hey, my bad.
in the second half of the video. If you watch it, the screaming was coming from directly where the cameras pointed, but more than 50 feet away, across a narrow field. There's there's a small shack that has a couple cars, usually parked on the road, just on the other side of that field. It's bothering me a lot since I'm 41 years old and I've never heard anything so disturbing in real life. The following is Theop's video.
Let's see this. What could it be? Yeah, I can hear the scream, but I don't hear the guy.
As you guys may know, early Nexpo was pretty big on, let's just say videos of screams that may have been mountain lions or foxes. Given how easily these can mimic the sound of a real human screaming, it's easy to mistake them for someone in distress. Here, though, this case seems very eerily different. The sound is muddled. The OP heard discernible words. This clearly isn't an animal. Over the next few days, this post would gain considerable traction on the investigative subreddit RBI. Commenters chimed in with countless theories and methods to pursue this further. Yet the weird part is, the police seem to have no interest in solving this case at all. I talked to them and they wrote down what I said. I showed them the video and they have copies of it. They said they'd do a welfare check. They also told me to drop it and not to trespass or I would be cited.
That seems kind of weird.
So I guess I'm just gonna have to watch the newspapers and see if anything comes up of it.
That sounds kind of fishy. I'm never gonna lie.
Due diligence, and I really hope everything's alright. It's frustrating, hopeless, and annoying to hear, but it's clear that there was nothing further the OP could do. They took his statement, they watched his video, and all that was left was to hold out hope that maybe, by the grace of God, something would actually come out of this.
That's scary as fuck. The police tell you, hey, I know you heard something, but don't approach it. Don't do anything, or else we will put you in a jail. That seems kind of weird.
Into his routine he goes, into the now uneasy serenity of his home. The TV echoing, the dark consuming. Everything is fine, right? I posted last year about coming home and hearing a female voice screaming for her life. I posted a video with the audio of the scream and got plenty of comments. About 2 months later, the house that it was coming from had sheriff's cars all around it. I found out that an elderly man had committed suicide via gunshot, that his son was the only person home, and that he was the one who reported that his father had shot himself. Fast forward to last week, I was sitting at home watching YouTube when I heard gunshots. I live in the country and that's common, so I didn't think much of it. Turns out,
Base.
the sound of that son murdering his mother.
Oh, damn.
He's trying to claim self-defense, but he's being charged with murder.
Jesus
I
Christ.
was next door, and my security cameras caught the audio of the murder. It also captures the vehicle the son made his getaway in. I've had detectives in and out gathering video footage for the past week. This is a family annihilator. They're now looking at him.
Jesus Christ.
Well, the case has been reopened, and if they had recognized that my calls and reports were actually real, 2 lives could have been saved.
That's terrifying.
The OP saga, as we've seen, took place over the span of months. Yet who knows how long the victim's torment was going on inside. It's frustrating to read because the OP tried, they truly did. Unfortunately, though, the local
I wonder how many
did nothing.
like
Nothing was done after screams emanated.
I wonder how many times police have been called to like scenes that they never went to that actually ended up being like bad. Well, I shouldn't say bad, but like they actually turned out to be like a crime. Well, that seems like bad policing, especially if they're telling him not to go over. Well, it was dangerous for him to go, so I understand why they told him not to try to do any investigation myself, but at least like call it in, do something. Damn. Seems so bad just to not do anything and just leave.
From their home. Nothing was done after the death of the father. It was a total familicide, and who knows what the mother went through in the months before her death. Alone, confined, and imprisoned with her son. As far as it's known, Tim Johnson II, the man responsible for all of this, remains in police custody, facing 15 years to life due to his crimes. While he since admitted to murdering his own mother, he still maintains that his father had taken his own life. A claim that, given the circumstances, is a definite reach to believe. No matter how we look at it, though, no amount of justice can bring back the lives that he brutally stole from people who likely couldn't fight back. It's disgusting, and it leaves a terrible taste in my mouth because all of this could have been entirely prevented.
No, it's just the same story.
It wasn't.
Damn.
We'll return after these messages.
Alright guys, before we continue, I'd like to tell you about tonight's video sponsor, Incogni. Alright, so as we know, one of the most important facets of the online experience today is privacy. But as we progress into an increasingly interconnected future, the expectation of it has only dwindled. Identity theft and credit card fraud are but just two examples of issues that run rampant because of this. And there's gotta be a way to fight back. Enter Incogni, a service that scours the internet for any traces of your info, submitting demands to have your leaked data removed. Because Incogni is constantly on the hunt, it gives me peace of mind because I know that there's a dedicated team out there fighting for my privacy. I wholeheartedly recommend that all of you use Incogni. Getting set up is a breeze. Navigating their system is simple and straightforward. And for once, you'll actually feel a sense of control over your data. Go to incogni.com/Nexpo and use code NEXPO for an exclusive offer of 60% off. Once again, that's incogni.com/Nexpo and use code NEXPO or click the link below to take your personal data off the market. Thank you so much to Incogni for sponsoring tonight's video. Now let's get back to it.
I'm still gonna take damage.
It's late at night. You check into your local Super 8 to wind down. Everything is calm.
Okay.
You order a pizza and flip on some late night.
Ooh, that sounds delicious.
Yet as you press through the channels,
The hell? What in the fuck was that?
that shouldn't exist stares back at you. Quite literally. It's a man's face buried in static, yet it's eerily still. Who is this 11 p.m., September 4th, 2022. Hello, X. While talking with my friend, they sent me a video of their TV, zooming in on a face surrounded by static. They're residing in a Super 8 hotel with channels 1 through 68, yet they found an unnamed channel 73. The top right corner of the video says
Channel 73.
which appears to be a now defunct Finnish broadcasting service. There's no sound, and the TV manufacturer is Samsung. They found other channels with static and no sound, but no others have the face or Plus TV logo. Neither of us or the two people I told this have found anything online regarding this.
That's scary.
Alongside this, they include a picture of the TV guide, which goes up to channel 68, and a recording of them flipping through stations before landing on the mysterious channel 73. Going by the guide, this shouldn't exist, which ultimately left everyone wondering, how the hell is this happening?
It's a still frame of Ghost Adventure Watch.
Hi, friend of the OP here. If anyone actually has any idea what this could be, I'm curious to know. I'll be checking again in the morning to see if the channel's still there. It's 12 a.m. right now, and it's the same thing. I have literally no clue what this could be. I've been looking around on Google for stuff, but nothing that looks like this, and I can't think of a reason for this to be here. That video is mad creepy. I'd turn the TV the fuck off and get the fuck out. Now I'm scared of some ring shit. Pluto TV? Maybe someone's online TV thing got fucky with your TV. I don't know. As we can see, Anons were understandably fascinated and freaked out. Theory upon theory chimed in, yet everyone ultimately wanted to hear from this friend themselves. You can't just drop something like this into the online void and dip. We all need answers. This is the friend again, posting from phone right now. It's late as shit, so I know it's just a weird hallucination, but I swear I saw the shadow of a person sitting on the foot of the bed next to me. I obviously need sleep. If I'm dead in the morning, well, then fuck. I'll check the video again in the morning to see if anything's changed. But I'm leaving here tomorrow, so I won't be able to examine further. Though maybe that's a good thing. Also, yes, I did check again before sleeping, and it was the same still. As the night carried on, not much more seemed to come from this. Theories about analog channels and placeholder screens began to roll in, with quite a few skeptics in the mix. For all anyone knew, this could have been real, or perhaps yet another LARP that would inevitably lead nowhere. Regardless, the OP went to bed and did their best to put this out of their mind. The face is still there. I got some more video and photos from different angles, but I can't post the rest until Friends Online, or if I'm back on PC, because I don't have the data to right now.
That face looks a lot clearer. What the fuck?
More specific info, though probably no.
Domino's Pizza, nice.
The Super 8 we were staying at is in Barrie, Ontario, in room 404. If anyone in the area is wanting to throw money away just to see if the channel's still there, feel free to. I'm leaving now.
There's literally a station on the TV. Go to it. And it's just
I'm about to get destroyed. What the heck?
camera pointed at a toilet. And there's no sound.
This story fascinates me because this isn't the only case I know of explaining weird ass shit popping up on motel room TVs. Just a few years ago, another case went viral after someone found a live feed of what appeared to be the inside of a restroom on a random channel. After reporting it to staff, though, it never showed up again. Police got nowhere. No answer ever came out of this. Now, let's just call a spade here. These These two instances are remarkably easy to fake. All you have to do is take a few minutes to edit something together, hook your computer up to the HDMI port on the TV, and play it back as a video. In all honesty, it's very possible that these cases are hoaxes. However, if we assume that they aren't, then that leaves us with a couple possibilities on what could be going on here. Motel room TVs typically run on a closed system. They pull from a TV provider, whether it's Dish Network, DirecTV, what have you, and beam it to all of their room televisions through a central internal wiring system. Given the nature of this, it's possible that the motel system had registered channels that didn't actually exist or sync with their provider. And in this case, it seems like it may have been previously connected to the Plus TV service. Why it's frozen and why it specifically sat on an uncanny, indiscernible photograph of a man's face is unfortunately unknown. However, it's possible that someone could have been messing around here.
Why would they do that though?
I think I know exactly what this is.
Oh.
So back in the day when analog TVs and shit were more common, there was a nefarious hobby for nerds called TV pirating, which is where you hijack an unused low-frequency channel from nearby and can broadcast whatever you want on it. I used to do it quite often in Topeka, both on TV and radio. Anyway, it's still common in some places, although harder to not get caught or be shut down automatically in a matter of seconds. So what TV pirates do now is run very low quality tests with static and a symbol in the center, usually at segment codes 45 and 85 degrees respectively, to broadcast a recog symbol and test if it works while also being an inside joke to other TV pirates who they may know online or in real life. I'll look around to see if I know any TV pirates in Buffalo who would broadcast this. Given this theory, it's entirely plausible that one of the hotel staff or someone in the area had secretly gotten access to the hotel's internal broadcast system, beaming this to every TV the night the Anon discovered it. For instance, there's a system called Hack TV in which you can find examples all over the internet of people testing this on analog sources, and at first glance, these fake broadcasts appear legit. Given the fact that hotel TVs still run through coaxial cables, this is entirely possible, if we're assuming that this isn't one big hoax. To be honest, I do find it interesting that the Anon was the only person in this big-ass hotel who saw it that night. You would think that calls would have been pouring in, other footage surfacing online, a bigger discussion taking root around this, but there wasn't. All we have is an X thread, an insanely interesting, eerie X thread, but that's it. Regardless if this is still going on or not, cases like this do freak me out. With Max Headroom 96.7, the HBO incident, even tales like WKCR, there's something inherently creepy about a complete stranger reaching out to you through analog media. Perhaps people overlooked it. Perhaps no one even bothered to tune in past channel 68. Or even, maybe people did call the front desk, and we never knew it. This story, in its entirety, is a complete mystery, and to this day, leaves me curious on not only how exactly it happened, but who this face even is. So, if you recognize this man from anywhere, let me know, because tonight, an entirely different internet oddity, just mine, be taking root. What's the strangest, most baffling disappearance, murder, or other crime that you know of? Something that makes such little sense that you can't begin to wrap your head around it. January 9th, 2023. The murder of Christopher Morris. Boy found dead in a dishwasher on a military base in Texas. The case itself is obviously disturbing and depressing, But what's extra weird is that there's next to no information about this murder seemingly anywhere online until a couple years ago. Then posts started popping up, all of which had the same weird, bot-like comments from people claiming to know Christopher or be personally involved in the case. These comments are eerily uniform and seem to be written by the same person, if not by actual bots. Examples can be found in the comments section here. Obviously, it's not necessarily unusual for people to come forward on a post about someone they knew, but just read these comments and you'll see what I mean. Some people have gone so far as to suggest that the case is wholly fictional, like the Red Spider murders, which used to appear in true crime discussions until it was revealed that author Colin Wilson had invented the whole story. It's weird that there are, as far as I know, no other corroborating reports that the murder even happened outside of the aforementioned blog posts and weird common threads, though others have noted that murders on military bases are notoriously shrouded in secrecy and covered up. In September of 2000, in the quiet town of Wichita Falls, Texas, a boy named Chris Morris was found naked, dead, and trapped inside of the Shepherd Air Force Base dishwasher. The culprit, to this day, has never been found. Yet the circumstances surrounding it, as we've seen, have given rise to another mystery entirely. Chris Morris, Christopher Morris dishwasher, Chris Morris death, dishwasher death, Chris Morris dishwasher death. Not a single archival search seems to bring up archives about this case at all. You would think that such an unconventional, disturbing death of a child would send shockwaves across the nation. However, much like the OP stated, this is far, far from the case. Nested within an October article of the Shepherd Senator, a local newspaper pertaining to the eponymous Air Force Base and surrounding town, one article seems to be all anyone's been able to find to confirm the veracity of this story.
Christopher Morris.
Eerie death definitely happened, so why wasn't it brought up elsewhere? Why is this the only piece of information we can find? Where online is Christopher Morris? In the early 2000s, a Blogspot page was born, created by a group of activists dedicated to sharing and addressing cases of domestic violence. Their site, the Penile Code Avenger, shared studies and opened the door to a community of victims to have a voice about any past trauma they may have gone through. According to the website's creator of the same name, they claim, "I'm here to expose a fundamental problem that lies buried due to shame, retaliation, pain, and even death. Domestic violence, and to deal with the aftermath." For over a decade, they would share various articles about the topic. However, strangely, on the 17th of May 2005, they would change it up a bit, posting a thread about an oddly specific type of death. Taken from Newswise, the article dives into child deaths that have happened on military bases, giving data for a much higher than I expected rate of child mortality. There was no further insight given by Penile Code Avenger. No thoughts, nothing. Just an article cast out to the void for whoever's interested to take a look at. Now, that's all completely fine, and nothing about their website or any of this raises any cause for concern. In fact, this blog would never have been mentioned tonight if it weren't for the bizarre, uncanny phenomenon that would follow it. I lived in Wichita Falls, Texas for a long time before returning to Oklahoma. Shepherd Air Force Base is in Wichita Falls. A few years ago, a young boy, I can't remember his exact age, 5 to 7 years old maybe, was found in the dishwasher of his family home, which was inside the base. He had been sexually assaulted, tortured, murdered, then his body ran through a full cycle in the dishwasher. Officials speculated that the killer had done that to wash away evidence. After the initial report on the local news, nothing else was ever reported on it.
What dishwasher?
I'm not sure why I'm leaving this comment, except that this entry reminded me of that. May God watch over the children. I'm also from Wichita Falls. I think that it was more than a few years ago. I had heard that no one was home, and he was a latchkey kid, When the father came home, he found him because the dishwasher racks had been taken out and placed in the middle of the floor. It was said that he was being harassed by older kids and that all logs of people in and out of the base were questioned, but nothing ever happened. I seen a webpage put up by his aunt not too long ago, asking for any information. I think about this every week. I really wish this would have been solved. It probably would have been if it happened now, but at the time, they didn't have all that they do now. Okay, so people who knew him are looking for info. Interesting, but not that strange. Christopher was my best friend, and they say his dad did it, but I know him and he loved Christopher, and he wouldn't ever have done such a thing when Christopher died at 11. I was 11 also. He lived down the street from me, and we were inseparable. I'm now 15 years old, and I live in Oklahoma, and there's a website about Chris. And if you know, can you please give it to me? I would appreciate it, and I miss him every day. Hey y'all, I'm Christopher's cousin. My name is Brittany Schultz. I'm also looking for any and all updated information on the case. If anyone hears anything, contact me on Facebook or email me at brit306@yahoo.com. Christopher's murder has yet to be brought to justice. Thanks for your prayers. I'm Christopher's mother. I miss him each and every day. My name's Kelly, and I live the street away from Hello Christopher. I'm Courtney Bolden. I was stationed at Shepherd when this happened to Christopher.
That's so wild. These all seem like bots. But why would there be so many bots?
I don't quite know what it is, but there's something about this that unnerves me. On this random blog, hidden away within the vast expanse of the internet, one that primarily centers on domestic violence and sexual assault, we have a random article about child deaths and a flood of bizarre comments, all bringing up Chris and claiming to know him personally. Comment after comment after comment all seem to carry the same sentiment. Random, specifically formatted emails. Stories from anons who never showed up again. Names that don't match up. This case seems to have no mention, aside from a handful of obituaries in one single archived newspaper. But here, what is going on here? Given that this phenomenon began in the mid-2000s, it mostly rules out the potential of this being the work of bots. So either this is his family, or someone impersonating them. Upon heading to a few of their profiles, we can see that they created their accounts shortly after the article was posted, going forth to share their comments, and never returning again. When it comes to Shelby, the supposed best friend, though, they link to a site of their very own, one titled RIP to Christopher.blogspot.com. Unfortunately, though, this lead is a dead end. No archives were made. No posts can be found. It's just sitting here, buried within the comments section of this random 2005 article.
Why would that be, though?
A big part of me wants to believe that his family is the one doing this. In a way, though, it's more depressing to ponder, because if this were them, then this seems like an act of desperation. A plea to get any eyes on this case when the news media had failed them. As we know, mentions of Chris, even today, are sparse. So imagine how you'd feel if you were faced with this dilemma in the Wild West days of the internet. I don't know, there's something about the emails though. They all carry a random name with an underscore in the middle. The name of the sister doesn't match up with her username. All of the details and structure of their writing just seems off. For all we know, this could have been a random person who latched on to this case. This very real case. Yet, given the nature and limitations of Blogspot, we'll unfortunately never know it. Christopher Morris died before his life could ever get started, and no one ever talked about it. Whispers of his name remain confined to the void of internet archives, seemingly frozen in time. Given the unsolved nature of his death, we can only hope that the evidence, if any were ever kept, are given a second look, as it's highly plausible that his family, to this day, are desperately searching for answers. How did this boy die? Why was this never pursued? And most importantly, who in the world forced Christopher Morris in the dishwasher? Reddit. A hub full of nearly every topic you can think of. The internet's gathering ground, with a dark side that grows day by day. Tonight, you and I dove into 3 more eerie cases that I've recently uncovered. I hope you all enjoyed this, and if you have any submissions for this series, feel free to submit them to dtfaisubmissions@gmail.com. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you soon. I love you all. And good night.
Do that. Don't give me hope. Was that just credits? Hey, dope.
Fifth alarm.
I always love Nick Crowley's videos.
Structure fire. 7741 Liberty Road Drive.
It's 9 a.m. on May 18th, 2024. Residents of Charlotte, North Carolina wake up to the smell and sight of black smoke billowing up into the sky. The source: a massive 7-story apartment complex home to 239 luxury units, or at least what should have been luxury units. At the time, the structure was still under construction, meaning that thankfully no residents were living there. But this in and of itself presented 2 major problems. The first was that, in its current state, the top 5 floors were primarily just the bones of the structure, made almost entirely of wood and insulation, making the building as a whole extremely flammable. Meaning that, although the fire had started out relatively small, it was quickly going to consume the entire complex if it wasn't put out quickly. Which brings us to the second and even more glaring problem. The building was actively under construction when the fire started, and that morning 17 construction workers had clocked in, all of whom were now in grave danger. And by the time the firefighters arrived on the scene, the situation was already dire. And so firefighters rushed in, finding a large group of the employees and leading them out to safety. Though when they made it outside, they made the horrifying realization that they had only found 15 of them. Somewhere within that labyrinth of burning wooden walls, 2 men were left behind, trapped and calling out to anyone who might hear them. And these pleas weren't just being made to those on the scene, as in the following minutes, one of the trapped men, 30-year-old DeMonte Sherrill, would take out his phone, open up Facebook, and go live, revealing the horrifying reality that both he and his friend had found themselves in.
Somebody say hell, we're in South Park. Help!
If you own a computer, here's how to get the most out of it. Watch this, watch this, watch this.
Did bro live stream his death?
I'm at South Park right now. At work, the building on fire, and I can't get out.
The stream showed DeMonte Sherrill and his friend Ruben Holmes somewhere deep within the prospective apartment complex, and though the fire hadn't yet reached them, the smoke certainly had, blanketing them in a thick impenetrable fog, not only making breathing extremely difficult, but also making it nearly impossible for rescuers to see them.
Damn.
It's harder and harder for them to see us. We're gonna have to stand out here and see.
You gotta fully cover your face, my boy.
The building on fire, I'm trapped inside, me and my man.
This was likely one of the reasons why DeMonte chose to start this live stream, hopeful that it could show rescuers exactly where they were. But based on the footage, their positioning was far from ideal. They were on the second highest floor, floor 6, which had only one access point, a single stairway that was on the complete opposite side of the building. And based on their testimony in the footage, something had clearly blocked their path to that one remaining exit, meaning that the only other way out would be to jump. Though at 6 stories in the air, and falling into what would likely be the heart of the fire, this would have meant certain death. There was quite literally nowhere for them to go. Rescue was their only hope.
a valuable streamer. I'm not a yes. Damn.
Yo, this building is on fire. I'm at work. Somebody send help. We're at South Park.
Seemingly realizing this, DeMonte began to grow more desperate, yelling out into the void of smoke, while Ruben can be seen in the background waving his phone flashlight, with both men doing anything they could to help rescuers find them. Before... the stream abruptly ends.
Damn.
Rescuers were aware of the unfolding situation on the 6th story. They first tried to reach the men by using a massive crane with a basket attached, which can actually be seen in DeMonte's livestream. Though in it, you can see that it's also facing the complete wrong direction, as the smoke was just that impenetrable. However, at one point, it's believed that the crane operator did actually see these men, but the blaze was just too extreme, leading to the operator himself having to be rescued. This left only one real option for saving DeMonte and Ruben. They were going to have to go in after them. And so they climbed that stairway up to floor 6 and started their trek to the opposite end of the structure. Though before they could even make it halfway, the rescuers were relegated to a slow crawl, as the inferno around them raged more and more intensely, and the smoke grew thicker and thicker. Though that's when they began to hear screaming. Somewhere lost in that maze, Ruben and DeMonte were yelling as loud as they could for help. This sound was a sign that they were getting close. Though just then, rescuers would be met with another sound.
All companies working 7741 Liberty Road Drive, evacuate structure per command. All companies working 7741 Liberty Road Drive, evacuate structure.
Command all companies, this will be defensive at this time. We'll be ready for this side to collapse. Everybody get out of the collapse zone. Confirming you are coming out, but you're not out of the building.
With the order being made for all of them to evacuate, as by this point, the structure was engulfed in flames, and a collapse was imminent. The firefighters tried to call out to the two in one last attempt to guide them towards rescue, but they never came. In fact, at that point, the structure fell eerily silent. They would leave that structure without DeMonte or Ruben, and minutes later, the fire consumed the entire building, with the temperature inside reaching 2,000 degrees Fahrenheit. Before
it collapsed.
It would eventually topple to the ground. And inside, DeMonte and Ruben would become the sole fatalities of this catastrophe.
Yo, I'm at South Park right now. At work, in a building on fire, and I can't get out. It's getting harder and harder for them to see us.
Knowing how the story ends would make this live stream difficult for anyone to watch. But what I find most upsetting about it is that the majority of those who initially watched this were his own friends and family that followed him on Facebook, with these viewers including his own mother. And a lot of them probably had no idea he even worked this job, as he had just been hired that week. His brother had also caught the stream as it was happening and actually rushed over to the scene where he pleaded with the firefighters to watch the footage. But despite doing the best they could, there was just too much working against them to save DeMonte and Ruben. Following an investigation into the fire, it was discovered that the crew was using an organic foam insulation, which was known to be extremely flammable and produce thick black smoke. And this became deadly when the machine used to spray that insulation caught fire, sending the whole building up in flames, where they had yet to install any sort of smoke detector or alarm system to alert the crew of a fire. Making matters worse, there had been a temporary set of stairs made right where the two men had been trapped, but that stairwell had just been removed in order to make way for the permanent set of stairs. Because of this and a myriad of other issues, the companies involved with this construction were forced to pay a fine of $50,000 and are currently being sued by the families of both victims. But regardless of the outcome, nothing will ever make up for the loss of DeMonte Sherrill and Ruben Holmes.
That's upsetting, dude. Being helpless.
Things were getting concerning. Johnny Cashman spoke to his family nearly every single day, but now, on the 6th day without receiving any communication from him, they knew that something was wrong. Johnny lived in Lynchburg, Virginia, hundreds of miles away from his home in Maine, and so, being unable to check on him themselves, they called police in the area and requested a welfare check. Police entered Johnny's apartment on the 19th of April, 2022, and hours later, they would call his parents with the news that they had found their son
dead on the floor. According to the officers, Johnny had experienced some sort of medical event that led to GI bleeding that ultimately claimed his life. But this made no sense to Johnny's family. He was only 38 years old and had just been given a clean bill of health after a full medical exam only 4 months prior. It was so out of the blue, in fact, that they even asked if there were any signs of a struggle or if there was any evidence that he may have taken his own life. But they were assured that there was no trauma, no drugs, and nothing suspicious found on the scene, and that, as shocking as it was, his cause of death was entirely natural and had likely just been spurred on by drinking and tobacco use, with the only solace being that Johnny didn't suffer, as they stated that he had died instantly. Because of this, no autopsy was performed, as the case seemed as straightforward as it gets. And despite his family questioning if they should get their own autopsy, they were told by officers that it wouldn't be necessary.
They'll say autopsy and autopsy.
Johnny Cashman's story.
Fucking Bob's Burgers.
Discovered, his ex-girlfriend and her mother made their way back to his apartment in order to retrieve some of her belongings. She knew that re-entering the space was going to be difficult, but ultimately there was no way she could have prepared for what was waiting for her inside. There was blood everywhere. It was pooled in the bathrooms, wiped on doors, spread all over the living space, and was even found on a chair and a banister. But the most horrifying part of it all was the walls. They were covered in splattered blood, which revealed long streaking handprints. It was something straight out of a horror movie, and although Johnny's death was deemed natural, what they found in that apartment seemed anything but. Traumatized by what they were witnessing, the pair snapped multiple photos of the bloodshed and ran out of the unit, directly into Johnny's neighbor. This neighbor revealed that they believed something far worse than a medical emergency had happened to Johnny, as they had a security camera mounted to their door which faced Johnny's unit, and on the day of his passing, it captured something incredibly disturbing. Days after Johnny's body, according to the officer,
let me go way back. I don't think I was paying attention.
Things were getting concerning. Johnny Cashman spoke to his family nearly every single day, but now, on the 6th day without receiving any communication from him, they knew that something was wrong. Johnny lived in Lynchburg, Virginia, hundreds of miles away from his home in Maine, and so, being unable to check on him themselves, they called police in the area and requested a welfare check. Police entered Johnny's apartment on the 19th of April, 2022, and hours later, they would call his parents with the news that they had found their son dead on the floor. According to the officers, Johnny had experienced some sort of medical event that led to GI bleeding that ultimately claimed his life.
Medical event.
Johnny's family. He was only 38 years old and had just been given a clean bill of health after a full medical exam only 4 months prior. It was so out of the blue, in fact, that they even asked if there were any signs of a struggle or if there was any evidence that he may have taken his own life. But they were assured that there was no trauma, no drugs, and nothing suspicious found on the scene, and that, as shocking as it was, his cause of death was entirely natural and had likely just been spurred on by drinking and tobacco use, with the only solace being that Johnny didn't suffer, as they stated that he had died instantly.
Jesus Christ.
This, no autopsy
assholes.
as the case seemed as straightforward as it gets. And despite his family
Again, what's up with
questioning if
police officers not doing their jobs?
they were told
Damn.
by officers that it wouldn't be necessary. And so, Johnny's body was cremated and sent back to Maine, in what seemed to be the end of Johnny Cashman's story. Ten days after Johnny's body was discovered, his ex-girlfriend and her mother made their way back to his apartment in order to retrieve some of her belongings. She knew that re-entering the space was going to be difficult, but ultimately there was no way she could have prepared for what was waiting for her inside. There was blood everywhere. It was pooled in the bathrooms, wiped on doors, spread all over the living space, and was even found on a chair and a banister. But the most horrifying part of it all was the walls. They were covered in splattered blood, which revealed long streaking handprints. It was something straight out of a horror movie, and although Johnny's cause of death was deemed natural, what they found in that apartment seemed anything but. Traumatized by what they were witnessing, the pair snapped multiple photos of the bloodshed and ran out of the unit, directly into Johnny's neighbor. This neighbor revealed that they believed something far worse than a medical emergency had happened to Johnny, as they had a security camera mounted to their door which faced Johnny's unit, and on the day of his passing, it captured something incredibly disturbing. The footage shows Johnny making his way up the flight of stairs leading to his apartment at around 3:03 p.m. Nothing seems out of the ordinary at all.
Okay.
It is noteworthy that he was holding an empty glass, perhaps insinuating that he had been drinking. But this doesn't seem to impair his movements much at all, as he punches in the code and enters his home, just as he did every other day. But moments later, something happens inside that unit, and while it goes unseen, it doesn't go unheard. The audio seems to depict a man yelling, asking repeatedly, "What are you doing?" and begging for something to stop. On top of this, you can also hear loud thuds and banging, almost as if things were falling over inside, or there was some sort of physical altercation, before the unit then goes quiet just a few seconds later. It was unclear if this voice was Johnny's, or perhaps someone else who had been inside the unit, but regardless, one thing was apparent from this audio. There was someone else in that apartment, despite the fact that Johnny lived alone. And just 7 minutes later, this unseen person would emerge. This clearly wasn't Johnny, and after leaving the unit, the anonymous man nearly makes it out of the building before he seems to change his mind. Turning around and walking back up the stairs before fiddling with the door handle, touching it only with his sleeve, like he was wiping off his fingerprints. He then walks down the stairs and stops once again, where he seems to be in a state of shock over whatever had just transpired, before he composes himself and walks out of the building. But the footage wasn't quite finished yet. Just 1 minute later, you can hear Johnny shouting for help from inside the apartment.
Damn.
To which moments after, he stops, and no further sound or activity would come from Johnny's unit until police arrived 5 days later. The footage and the scene at the apartment seemed to contradict what Johnny's family had been told about his death. The blood all over made it obvious that Johnny's death had not happened in an instant. And this, coupled by the presence of this unknown man who was clearly distraught and wiping off his
Fucking wild.
as well as the sound of the apparent struggle inside, seemed to point towards something much more sinister than what was initially conveyed to the family. But even with this footage, police still believed that Johnny's death was due to a medical emergency, as they quickly changed their initial story, saying that the blood spread was due to uncontrollable vomiting, and that Johnny had in fact likely suffered, at least for a short while. But this medical emergency wasn't elaborated on, as they didn't truly know what caused it, as no autopsy was ever performed, nor could one ever be performed, as by this point, Johnny was already cremated, and cremated because of the officer's initial statements. So if Johnny had actually been murdered, which the footage does seem to suggest, there was now virtually...
They're probably in on it, because there's no way that they can go to that scene.
Is that law enforcement already had this footage. It was collected that very day, and they either didn't fully look through it or didn't think that this was overly suspicious. But everyone else surely did. and soon this video began making the rounds online, leading to one glaring question being asked. Who is this man? As no one in Johnny's life recognized him. Well, it wouldn't be until May 11th that investigators would finally ID him as Stephen Church. And upon being questioned, he revealed that he had moved to Lynchburg for work, but the opportunity he had lined up fell through shortly after he arrived, leaving him with no money and without a place to stay, which is when he met Johnny, who offered to let him crash on his couch. He supposedly stayed with Johnny for 3 days, and described Johnny as an alcoholic who drank constantly, including on that fateful day. When Johnny arrived home, Stephen claims that he started drunkenly yelling at him about paying rent, which led to the two getting into a verbal altercation. But he insisted that this altercation never turned physical, and that he left immediately after, to which he quickly went back to clean his prints because he was afraid that Johnny would try and have him arrested for squatting. And having already racked up 2 felonies in his life, Stephen was paranoid about going back to jail. But when Stephen was leaving, he did mention seeing Johnny hunched over the toilet as if he were going to vomit, but he claims to have left before this so-called medical emergency started. This is the gist of Stephen's account from that day, but the problem is, it doesn't really match up with what we're hearing in the video. From the footage, we can hear everything going on in that unit, but at no point do we hear any sort of an argument, nor do we hear anything about rent, with the phrases lending themselves more to a physical struggle rather than a verbal one. In fact, the whole time it appears that we're only hearing one voice. But there is an exception. To my knowledge, it's never been conclusively determined whose voice is who in the recording, and either scenario paints a far different picture of what may have happened inside that room. But regardless, this audio makes it clear that Stephen's story was fabricated at least to some degree, as he also fails to account for the loud banging in the background. And because of this, his version of events is generally rejected, with most people seeming to believe one of 2 main theories. The first is that, upon arriving home, Johnny and Stephen had gotten into a physical altercation, resulting in Johnny taking some sort of blow to his abdomen, which in turn triggered or exacerbated this medical emergency. GI bleeds are horrific, and can certainly cause the level of bleeding that was found in the apartment, and perhaps seeing all the blood coming from Johnny, Stephen started yelling at him, before deciding to run off, fearing that he would be charged for murder. This would explain Stephen's demeanor and actions after leaving the apartment, and why he may have fabricated his story, as he knew or knows that he was directly responsible for Johnny's death. And this blow to the abdomen could have easily been missed by investigators, as the injuries would have been primarily internal. The second theory is that upon arriving home, Johnny naturally experienced a medical emergency leading to this catastrophic GI bleed. Upon seeing this and perhaps being in a state of shock, Stephen yelled at him, demanding to know what was happening and telling him to stop, as perhaps he was moving around the apartment and tracking blood everywhere, which would explain the other voice saying, "I can't stop." I could see how this experience would make no sense to Stephen, and perhaps just having no idea what was happening, he left.
But wouldn't he call the cops, huh?
He was never there, as he was afraid of being blamed for whatever was happening to Johnny, and so he essentially left Johnny there to die, whether knowingly or unknowingly. What bothers me about this theory is why 911 was never called, not only by Stephen, but by Johnny too, as his phone was found in the unit with blood on it, implying that he had it in his hand at some point, though it's possible that the massive blood loss just made him too disoriented. Both of these theories seem believable, or at least more so than the explanation that Stephen had given. However, in October of 2022, Johnny's case would officially be closed for good, with Stephen being cleared of any wrongdoing, as Johnny's death was labeled the same way that it always has been, a medical emergency that couldn't be further elaborated on, with the most relevant evidence being that Stephen's shoe prints were not found in the blood, but Johnny's were, implying that he had not been part of the struggle. But in my mind, this can be explained by both theories mentioned previously. Though regardless, without the possibility of an autopsy, this is likely where this case ends for good. But with this disturbing footage, I can't help but think that there was more to the story than we may ever know.
For real.
It was around 7:30 a.m. on a warm July morning back in 2019. 17-year-olds Bethany Martin and a 16-year-old friend decide to walk to a gas station near their home in San Antonio, Texas. And as the two of them made their way down the road, their path brought them parallel to a drainage ditch, which was often filled with various trash and other discarded material. But on this day, something far more interesting caught their eye. It looked like a man crouching down and leaned up against one of the concrete walls, but the closer they got, the more they realized how unusual his posture was. He looked completely unnatural, and he wasn't moving. And by the time they came face to face with him, the reality of the situation would hit them. They had just found a dead body. This discovery was enough to traumatize anyone, especially two teenagers, and upon calling the police and being sent on their way, Bethany and her friend would make the long walk back home contemplating what to do next, before they eventually landed on the idea of sharing their experience with the world. And so, as soon as they got in the door, they began to set up lights in their camera in order to film a TikTok.
Based. I just seen a dead body.
The clip showed the two sitting on a couch appearing to be in a state of shock, with the words, "Us remembering we found a dead body this morning," plastered on the screen, offering no other context aside from the description, which simply read, "I wish we were kidding. All respect to the family." Some had sympathy for the girls, while others viewed their post as insensitive and exploitative. But others weren't even convinced it was real, partially due to this glaring lack of context. But any doubt of this post's legitimacy would be quickly thwarted by a discovery made not even one full day later, as it was revealed that this recording hadn't actually been the only video that these two girls had made on that fateful day. On their walk to the gas station, the girls had stumbled across the body of 25-year-old Marcus Adams, with the young man having seemingly perished earlier that morning, with it being apparent that he had taken his own life. But upon finding Marcus, the girls weren't actually overwhelmed with sadness or even shock, as instead, their focus immediately went to something far different, as something on the man's body had caught their attention. His necklace. The girls really liked it. In fact, the unnamed 16-year-old had said that it matched her fashion perfectly, and so before police arrived, the two would once again pull out their phone and start recording, showing Bethany approaching the body with her intention being to grab his necklace, which she eventually does, removing the medallion and giving it to her friend, before tossing the chain into the grass nearby, leading to the girls running away from the scene. The 16-year-old would then post that video onto her Snapchat story, for all of her close friends to see. I can't show the footage for obvious reasons, but it's truly awful. And just based on the audio alone, you can tell that they're very obviously having fun doing this.
You gotta do it now. Now or never. Here, hold me. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Oh my god, oh my god.
There's something so uniquely disturbing about it. It's clear that upon finding the body, there was no real emotional impact on them, at least none that outweighed their desire to steal from it. And as if stealing from this man who had just taken his own life, and posting it for all their friends to see as if it were a joke, wasn't horrible enough, they then immediately posted this other video to TikTok in an attempt to garner sympathy. It's truly awful, and made even more appalling by reports that claim that the 16-year-old had actually worn this medallion in the TikTok video, and in others made following its posting. And unfortunately, their actions had even more upsetting consequences, as the footage from their Snapchat story was quickly downloaded by someone they knew and posted onto an app called Nextdoor, with the footage being totally uncensored. And it was on this app where it's claimed that many of Marcus Adams' own family members would see the footage, many of whom weren't even aware that he was deceased. Just one day after posting this TikTok, both girls were questioned by the police after the incident and the footage was reported to them, and as a result, Bethany would be charged with theft of a human corpse, but would ultimately avoid any serious jail time. Meanwhile, the 16-year-old's name and charges were never publicly released, but we do know that the medallion was returned to the family. Perhaps unsurprisingly, Bethany would later come back to her TikTok page shortly after her arrest and share her side of the story, where she gave a less than half-hearted apology, while also claiming to be the victim, saying that her friend had pressured her to steal from Marcus, as well as pressured her into making—
Bro, you're the adult, what the fuck?
Because she thought it would be a hit. Though obviously this didn't go over well. On December 20th, 1984, 12-year-old Janelle Matthews disappeared from her home in Greeley, Colorado in the evening hours. that day, she had sung at a Christmas concert with her school's choir, which her parents were unable to attend, as her mother was out of town and her father had gone to her sister's basketball game nearby, leading to Janelle catching a ride home with a friend. Being dropped off at her house sometime around 8:15, where she excitedly spoke to her father on the phone, letting him know that she had arrived home safe and sound. Approximately 1 hour later, her father, Jim Matthews, pulled into the driveway to find the garage door wide open, and the house completely empty. Janelle was gone, leaving behind her winter coat and even her shoes, despite it being a frigid, snowy night. And it was within that snow that was quickly piling up that lie one of the only real clues left behind at the scene. Footprints, leading directly to one of the home's windows, insinuating that someone had been watching Janelle.
12-year-old Janelle Matthews disappeared from her Greeley home 1 month ago today. It's believed she's the victim of a kidnapping. She has not been seen or heard from since December 20th.
Her disappearance became a big news story almost immediately, with the whole community and really the whole country becoming invested in the fate of this girl, thanks in large part to her being one of the very first milk carton kids, meaning that her face and information about her disappearance was shown on countless milk cartons all across the country to get the word out. And as a result, this case became huge in the mainstream media, as even politicians began to make note of Janelle's story, with then President Ronald Reagan.
I was about to say, did that even help? I guess it did.
Jonelle Matthews of Greeley, Colorado, 5 days before Christmas. Jonelle disappeared from her home.
Though even with this publicity, this didn't necessarily guarantee results, and soon months would turn to years, and eventually to decades. And all the while, Janelle's whereabouts remained a complete mystery. Eventually, the rise of the internet would start to play a key role in this case, where even in the late 2010s, over 3 decades after she had vanished, her case was still being shared and still being discussed, just as it had been 3 decades prior, with it still being a point of contention for politicians even as recently as 2019. When a man running for governor of Idaho mentioned her disappearance in a Facebook post, 35 full years later. Regardless of Janelle's whereabouts, her case was still very much alive, as the world, and especially Janelle's parents, were haunted by the question, what happened to Janelle Matthews? But sure enough, in late 2019, they would finally get their answer.
Was found in Weld County earlier this week appeared to bring an end to a 3-decade-long search for a missing 12-year-old girl. The Greeley Tribune is reporting they are those of Jonelle Matthews.
On Tuesday, July 23rd, 2019, at roughly 4:50 p.m., a crew had been digging in an isolated field in Weld County, Colorado, in order to install a new pipeline, when they would uncover the decayed remains of a little girl. It was Janelle, still wearing those clothes that she had worn to her recital, meaning she had likely died the very day she disappeared, having been killed by a single gunshot wound to the head. Janelle Matthews had been murdered in cold blood, and almost immediately upon finding her body, the police would also zero in on their suspect. The man's name was Stephen Pankey, and at the time of Janelle's disappearance, he had been living in the same general area in Colorado. But by 2019, Stephen had long since fled the area, as after the crime, he would eventually pack up seemingly out of the blue and move to Idaho, where when Janelle's body was discovered, he just so happened to be running for governor.
Damn. That is wild. How did they come to the assumption of that?
And during his campaign, Pankey had put out a bizarre Facebook post about Janelle, calling for the Colorado DA to oversee a fresh investigation, as he stated that the local police had wrongly been focused on the theory that Janelle's disappearance was a child abduction and murder, which was quite convenient, as just a few months after posting this, he would be arrested for the abduction and murder of Janelle Matthews.
Scheiße.
Police believe that Janelle had first caught Stephen's eye when he was working as a janitor at the church she attended, with this leading to him stalking her and eventually abducting her on that fateful night, where he threw Janelle in his car and ultimately ended her life, for no reason other than his sick satisfaction. He then proceeded to bury her in a field 20 miles away, in a spot that he was certain no one would ever find her.
How'd they find him out?
The evidence supporting this is mainly circumstantial, but it is incredibly concerning. Just 1 day after Janelle's abduction, Pankey decided to take his wife to California in order to celebrate the holidays with his parents, with this trip being completely unplanned, as his wife was only told of it literally the day of. And making things stranger, when they returned home, Stephen's car conveniently caught fire and was burned to a crisp, to which he offered no explanation for. But in response, he would take the car to a local scrapyard where it would be even further destroyed, taking any potential evidence.
I can see why.
But while this is all strange enough, police say that the main indicator that Stephen was their man was his clear obsession with Janelle's case. Shortly after the slaying, Stephen began listening and watching any news reports he could on Janelle's case, while also having his wife read every single article about the missing girl out loud, to which he would often have her repeat them over and over again. But his obsession didn't stop there, as he would then start frequently calling the police, wanting to talk to them about the case, even going as far as to give them potential leads, as he claimed to be fearful that he was going to be blamed for the crime, despite having seemingly never even met her. And it was during some of these many unusual phone calls that he was said to have given details on her disappearance that were never actually made public. His obsession was entirely uncanny, bringing up her disappearance at random even decades later, with his Facebook post being a perfect example. And as it turns out, one of Stephen's most incriminating statements came as a result of something he mentioned in that infamous message. In it, Stephen says that his son Carl had been murdered in 2008, which is in fact true, as the murder was actually fully solved, with it being confirmed that Stephen had nothing to do with it. But when he was mourning the loss of Carl, something unusual happened. His now ex-wife recalled that following Carl's death, Pinky never once cried, until the day before his memorial service, where she watched him from a distance walk up to their son's urn and begin to sob, eventually blurting out, "I hope God didn't allow this to happen because of Janelle Matthews." Despite maintaining his innocence to this day, Pinky was sentenced to life in prison with a possibility of parole in 2040.
What circumstantial evidence?
12,634 days after Janelle Matthews' disappearance, with Pinky's cryptic Facebook post serving as a dark relic of his twisted obsession that would eventually expose him as Janelle's killer.
That's crazy.
I want to give a massive shout out to my buddy Ryan, aka Nexpo. A lot of you already know this, but Ryan is a really good friend of mine, and I'm super proud.
Alright, boyos, that's gonna do it for me tonight. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time. Probably tomorrow.